Hey everybody, you are absolutely not going to believe what you're going to see in this video, so stay tuned. Well, we've just completed a injector replacement job, standard sort of a job we do here at the Prado Hospital, because so many other places couldn't get it right for the last 15 to 20 years, so we had to pick up the reins and take over and do it properly and try and teach everybody how to do it properly, or do it for people that want it done properly, because at the end of the day they purchase Toyotas and they want them to be reliable, and if the maintenance isn't done or it's done by the wrong people, you can end up in a bit of trouble. Now this vehicle, it was a bit filthy when it came in. You can see it's a bit cleaner now. This has got metal to metal brakes. The rear pads are metal to metal. It's overdue for a service. Hopefully it makes it back to the other workshop that's doing the service, and hopefully the brakes and all that sort of thing. But we just thought we'd go through a few things here in a bit of a check after the injector job. And that's what we're doing. How many times do you reckon we check these cars before we go, yep, that's it, and give it back to them? Right? Not that we ever find anything, but
triple check everything.
Triple, at least 3, I reckon. And we've got 3 people here now checking this one. So what are you doing? Oh, see, that's not our job, but we're going to do it anyway. Show us that clamp moving. Yeah, so there's a little check. That's the first thing people can do if they've got a 150 Prado or Hilux or any bloody engine really, because there's a lot of diesels, fuel pipes and clamps like these ones, and they shouldn't be sliding up and down the pipe. We didn't take that off, not our job, but we're going to tighten up, make sure it's right. Now you need to be careful how you tighten that one up, because you don't want to twist and bend the fuel pipes and create any leaks. Now, what did you find over here, mate? Did you find something else over here to have a look at as well?
Wow, it's rubbing on the battery.
Where? What do you mean?
You see that mark? It was underneath.
Yeah, not too bad though, but yeah, rubby. So if you took it on a corrugated road or something, what do you reckon?
It's going to rub through.
But isn't there's a fuse there though?
Yeah, that's before the fuse.
Yeah, exactly. So what happens then?
Bang, melt, fire.
The car burns to the ground or something.
Yep.
All right, so what else we got here? Was this that car that had that on backwards? Happens all the time. I put that round the right way. I think I washed it out, but I can't remember. Was this the one that had the coolant was low? Just for the record, it was really low down here when it was cold. What did we put in? Must have been half a litre or something, was it? Yeah, so brake fluid level. Someone's changed it. It's a different colour, so hopefully it's .3, but should be right, or we'll find out. Even rhymes. Should be right, or we'll find out. Find out, because if you put the wrong brake fluid, you might end up needing another master cylinder. And when they tell you it's over $3,000 plus labour, yeah, we're going to hear about it, aren't we? Now, what this video, part of it, what I want to include is after the injector replacement job or after a service, a bit of a customer service video, what I'd like you to do, whether it's an injector replacement job or a BFE job or a service or any combination of that, there's things you probably should do after you've had work done, whether it's here at the Prado Hospital, any of our workshop partners, or any other workshop for that matter, or even if you've done it yourself. And that is just keep an eye on things. Now, the workshop manual, the owner's manual, I should say, it does say, you know, daily checks, things like checking the engine oil and the coolant and all that. And I don't expect you to do that every day, but it's probably wise to just keep check on things to make sure, because when you've done a big job on a vehicle, whether it's you, us, or whatever, there's always a chance. None of us are perfect. There's always a chance that we could make a mistake, leave a bolt loose, I don't know, something. I mean, it doesn't happen. So far, so good. Where's that bloody bit of wood anyway? But look, my point is general information, check it out. So if we've done a BFE job, coolant generally we'll leave it a bit over full, because if there's any air pockets in there, I'd rather it drops down to be the right level than go, yep, that's right. And then you take it away and it drops down, it ends up low, because we, like this one, we see plenty of vehicles with the coolant low. So overfilled is what you're going to have. All that's going to happen from that is when it gets really hot temperatures and hot engine, it'll push the excess out here, might make a bit of mess. So you might want to just put some water over the area and just rinse it clean, blow it dry if you can. Otherwise, it doesn't matter. The heat of the engine will dry it. So that's one thing. When it comes to an injector replacement job, I just quickly want to say customer service, what to do if you think you've got problems, okay? So if you come to me or any of our workshop partners, I would expect and hope that you've joined the VIP group. It's a group on Facebook. Facebook is the platform that we use to run our groups. So Facebook, and what we do is totally different. It's not Facebook, okay? What are you doing, mate? What are you doing?
Get access, now
you got to pull the thing apart. Well, you know what? You should have checked that earlier, mate. What are you going to say to that in the video?
Well, I can't check everything. On the top.
Anyway.
Yeah.
Anyway, there's 3 of us here and we decided we'll do a final inspection. We got really fussy and started checking things that it's not even our work or whatever, but you know what, and usually that one doesn't slide. So look, we said, you know, we can leave it, but we may as well get in there and tighten it up. So if we do an injector replacement job, your valve cover, all right, it gets washed, fully washed, dried, so it's clean, so we can inspect it. We check for cracks front and rear because it is common. Probably 1 in 10 has got some cracks. We haven't actually had any lately, but you can check out those injector replacement videos, all that information in the injector playlist if you want to know more about it. But quite common. What would you say, Johnny? What do you reckon? Probably 1 in 10, none lately, maybe 1 in 15, 1 in 20? It's got cracks, or even less?
Yes.
Even less, yeah. So it's pretty rare, but it's a bit common, right? So we want to make sure they get checked. These valve covers, mate, do these gaskets leak at these valve covers? What do you reckon? No, that's it. They don't. They're bone dry. They don't leak. The only thing that leaks is the cracks. Have we ever had an injector job where it's ever come back, had one of these top seals leaking?
No.
Or those nozzle seals down there that go around the fuel pipes?
Never.
That's it. So they don't leak because you align the injectors, you put them in clean and correctly. 9 newton meters on the valve cover, double check the gaskets in place. So basically, you're never going to have a leak at the valve cover, okay? So if you do think you've got a leak, we've got to have a look at the reasons why, since they don't leak. And I'm sort of bringing up this video, it reminds me of someone, I can't remember his name at the moment, so many names, so many people purchasing injector kits and coming in the Pride Hospital and just so many people. But we did I think it was a Hilux, is that right? Was it a Hilux? Do you remember? It was a Hilux, yeah, because it's got the intercooler on top, harder to see. So it hasn't got this cover over the cover, but it's got the intercooler coming up over here. And there's kind of oil everywhere. It's not bad, like, you know, he's sort of saying it's using, what did he say? Was it half a litre every 5,000 Ks or something like that? Sounded like a bit of a pop-off valve then. Did you hear that? Yeah, what do we have for lunch? Oh, yeah, a bit of this and that. So, he's sort of saying it's using a lot of oil. Now, he sent a lot of photos of it as well while we were closed on holidays. And as I said, follow the Pride Hospital Facebook page. If you want some customer service or anything, VIP group is where you want to ask about your problem first. Watch the Prado Hospital Facebook page so you know when we're closed, when we're open, when we're doing injector kits, when we're doing work and repairs at the Prado Hospital. But you know, I'm just having a look around checking this thing, mate. What's the access to get to that thing down there? Pain in the buttski. If you got a problem, you want to sort of just go there, put some photos up in the VIP group and say, hey guys, what do you reckon? Is this a problem, whatever? And because I'd actually really rather address it in front of everyone. Everyone can see that if we've made a mistake, yes, we made a mistake. I'm waiting for the day that we can do that. It doesn't bother me at all whatsoever. If we made a mistake, I'm going to put my hand up and say, yep, we did this wrong. This one, so there's photos of it, and there's oil kind of sweats around all the bolt holes along the whole thing. It looks like maybe there's oil up around a fuel pipe, which oil doesn't leak, like I said, doesn't leak out of there. Fuel doesn't leak out there either unless you do something wrong. And that's the best way to do it. Use the gun on those clamps because the gun is going to turn the bolt. You put a spanner on there, twisting, you're going to twist against the pipes. You just want to give it a couple little bzzz like that and then keep going until, so what he's doing with one hand, he's checking to see if it slides and then he's giving it a little bit. Still slides, give it a little bit more, still slides, give it a little bit more, still slides, give it a little bit more, and then it stopped. Is that right? Is that what happened? Yeah. There you go. So that's how it's done, right? So you just learned something in this video. But look, if you think you got a problem, you can shoot me a text. Don't shoot me a text when I'm on holidays. Isn't really going to work out. Watch the Pride Hospital Facebook page. Check to see if we're open or closed. If you don't want to go via the VIP group, that's fine. You can do that if you like. You can go direct to text, but just do it Monday morning about 10 a.m. And if you don't get a response, do it Tuesday morning about 9 or 10 a.m. And if you don't get a response, wait till next week because they're the times that I can respond to text messages usually. And you'll normally get a response pretty bloody swiftly as you did when you made your purchase. Nothing's changed. And the same for customer service. But what I want to say is what I think's happened. I don't think that... Look, we clean and inspect the valve cover. Now, there's a possibility when we check the cover that there could be a crack at the front or the back that's so hairline small that we didn't see. There's a chance. Would you say there's a chance, isn't there? Yeah.
There's always a chance.
Yeah, what we're going to say, 5% chance out of the ones we inspect, there could be a crack we didn't see.
Yep.
And both of us, you know, look, both of us inspect these valve covers and that. We double up on everything we do. So you got two people on the job for all these important things. Not everything. I mean, we can't both tighten up the same bolt, whatever, but, you know, so I'll let you do most of the work, of course. You can do all the work, actually, but all the important things, I'll just do those. Can't be too much that important then. Anyway, point is, I think, and he said he's given me a measurement of how much oil it's using between services. You know, half a litre, whatever it is. So that would mean that he's done a service, and then he's changed oil, done 5,000 k's. He's done another service, so it's used how much he's used in that distance. Which these engines don't burn oil either, really, unless they've got a problem. So maybe it has got a problem. But from the photos I've seen, there's not heaps of oil. But if you did an oil change and you spilt oil here, and you can see a bit of oily stain there, remnants from, you know, because I sort of cleaned a bit up that the other day. Plus it's had another wash, but there's still a bit there. If you overflow this oil here, it's going to run down the valve cover, right? It's going to hit these bolts here. It's going to come down even further and go underneath the plastic down there, right? And it's going to run, the engine's on an angle that way, right? Exaggerated. So it's going to run down the sides of each side of the valve cover if you've got quite a bit of oil spilt there. And you know, one drop of oil, how it's like that sweat, it just spreads out so much, doesn't it? You know what I mean? You've seen that, yeah? A little bit of oil and it just sort of goes everywhere, right? So if you had a bit of oil, enough that the fan blew it and some of it went this way and down that side and some. So what this valve cover, it's got this big sweat around all the bolts. So what I'm actually thinking is, that's what he's done. And of course there's no leaks like usual, but of course I want to have a look at it. But I can't remember who he is, because I text him, hey, we're closed at the moment, can you contact me, follow the Private Hospital Facebook page, just once we're open, make contact. And I haven't heard anything yet, so I don't know if he's going to revert back to watching videos. I never thought he watched many videos in the first place, because let's just say, mate, when people don't watch videos and don't get to know me, it's a bit annoying, the lack of information and misunderstanding. I like people that do follow my information and get to know me, so that when we're doing things and trying to help you out, we're on the same page. And this one, he just wasn't one of them. But I'm still happy to have a look at it and fix it up. But I think the first step is we need to get it here. We need to have a look at it. We need to, you know, with my eyes, look at it, try and work out what's happened. If that's what it looks like, then we need to give it a wash down. But I think we'll take the intercooler off, have a better look around before we do any washing. Put the intercooler back on, if that's the case. Give it a good wash down. Bring it back in about a week. And why it's using oil, well, maybe it's got another problem. Maybe it's got a cracked piston, you know, maybe it hasn't just blown through yet. Maybe it's had some bad filtration and some dust has got through and worn the engine a little bit. It's using a bit of oil. I'm not too sure, but I've waffled enough in this video, and only the regulars, the wise people, would still be around. Thanks for watching. If you got something out of it, hit the like button, subscribe, turn the bell on. It's time for me to go get a drink and relax. Have a nice rest of the day, and we'll catch you on the next video.